Hello, my name is Sean Wright, and I have two things for sale, two things around my studio. Really, after 25 years of doing business, you just kind of collect stuff and you have things that you're just not using anymore. So that's what this is. I've got a White Lightning Ultra 1200. It is a workhorse light. It absolutely is fantastic. Nothing wrong with it at all. I'm simply not using it, and it's a shame. I think somebody getting new in the business would love it. I did send it about 3 years ago into Policy Buff and said, check this thing out because I've never had a problem with it. At least place the flash tube or something. They went through it all, said everything's fine. You don't even need to replace the flash tube, but I had them do it anyway. So it's not got many miles on it at all on the flash tube. It is just a workhorse. I've had it since it's new, and I'm not including the transmitter. I'm just doing that so you can kind of see that it does take a transmitter, and it's really bright and it'll really fire it off fast. So that's in the lower mode. And you can do it with model or without the model light. It's up to you. So that's that. I'll show some close-ups of both these in a minute. This here is this would go with it if you wanted it to, or you could buy it separate. This is the Larson 4x6 softbox. Believe it or not, this would be $827 new if you bought the bracket and the box and the speed ring. Just the box is $700 normally. So it works great as a fill light or a main. You can kind of vignette it off, and I'll try to show some images we've done with that. This also is just sitting around. I'm not using it, but it is great for creating window light on an indoor situation. So I'll try to do assembly and disassembly so you can see what that looks like. And I'm an honest guy with a good light to sell and a good softbox. And if someone buys this locally, this right here, or if they want to pay extra for shipping, I'll throw in this old umbrella. Okay, so let's do some close-ups of the stuff so you can get a feel for that. So again, back to this light here. Let's see, I've got it on. I'll turn it on that. I do have a little red mark here where I simply keep my consistency. So I had F8 when I wanted it exactly in the studio. I do have the cover also, the original cover. For it, so that when you take the snout that's off of it right now off, that covers the bulb. I do have a little Allen wrench that I just tape on here. It kind of keeps it in place, but it's in good condition, and that's what it is right there. Okay, everything works fine. Okay, now over here is some close-ups on the Larson. Again, it's a genuine Larson 4x6 softbox. The only thing on this I would say is I do have a little bit of green paint. I don't even remember how I got that on there, but I must have rubbed against something when we were painting our studio, I think, a while back. And it has a little hole here where it got out of alignment one time, but it is in the correct hole and everything's holding on that. Again, there's the speed ring and everything. Let's turn it around. And everything works fine. And it is fairly easy to put together and take apart. You just have to know how to do it correctly. You just put the two at the top up and then the two at the bottom. The box itself is $700 from Larson. And then this large bracket is 80 bucks. And then the speed ring, which you just unscrew this to put the speed ring in, is 50. Now this is a speed ring for a White Lightning, but if you buy this unit and you have a different set of lights, you can put this on to fit a different type of light, and I think you can order that from Larson for about $50, so $49, something like that. So I've got $827 worth of product here when you add it all up, and I'm going to give a good deal on that to somebody. But I wanted to show you what it looks like when it's all collapsed and how easily it goes together. Here's the two diffuser panels, the box, the plate, and the rods, and you see it fits in a small area. Now I'll go ahead and put it together so you can see what it looks like put together. Okay, so on assembly what you do is you want to put the back plate, large back plate here, and we start to attach two back there. Attach two on one end I find is easier. Then I simply come in here, put that in there, make sure this is pointed the right direction, and assemble there. Same thing, I'll come down here. And now on this fourth one it will come a little bit rigid and go into place. Boom, we get that here. Now we set it up. But there we go. So, see if I can raise this. Whoop. All right. So now we've put this together. Of course, I would normally go ahead and put the other wing nuts on, but it's starting to come together. And okay, so next thing you do is you simply attach right here the Velcro on the four corners. This is your inner diffuser panel. It softens the light before it softens the light on the outer one. And then, of course, putting this one up, again, simple Velcro up at the top. And, you know, you just lean the box against something. It doesn't take two people to do this. And, of course, I'll be happy to teach this in person to somebody if they come by my studio and buy it in person. If I ship it to somebody on Proform or something like that, then you'll have to watch this video, I guess. But that's it. Pretty simple stuff. This provides a very good light. Now you might say, well, Sean, if it's so great, why are you selling it? You know, I'm just simply not using it. I've gone to a smaller studio and I'm not using it. But this makes for a window light, if you can imagine. You know, you can set it off to the side and stuff like that. And it is awesome. So I've gone to simply a big umbrella. And this works as a fill light or a main, however you want to do it. It is a great light. I simply have used it, and I'm not using it right now. So there you go. Again, Larson, you can see it's the real deal. Provides a nice even light, and it's quite beautiful.